Hey, you're back again. Well, we're still in the Hulk chapter. This time, well, no, we are still in Who Needs a Superhero. The Hulk, chapter 2, The Hulk, the monster within. And this is part 4. Why the Hulk always wins. Why the Hulk always wins. Doesn't this sound like something that might have escaped from the lips of a guilt-tortured Bruce Banner? I do not understand what I do. For what I want to do, I do not do. But what I hate, I do. For I have the desire to do what is good, but I cannot carry it out. For what I do is not the good I want to do. No, the evil I do not want to do. This I keep on doing. Now, if I do what I do not want to do, it is no longer I who do it, but it is the sin living in me that does it. The words actually are from the Apostle Paul's description of the power of sin in human life. Romans chapter 7, verse 15 and verses 18 through 20. Paul appears to write from a bitter personal experience. Can you relate? At one time or another, hasn't each of us been perplexed and disgusted by our own actions? We swear we'll never do it again. We swear we'll never do a certain thing again. And then just a few weeks or hours later, we find ourselves doing exactly that again. We are horrified by our own weakness and are resolved once more to do with past behavior. But far too soon, we're back at it. Why is it so hard to escape our destructive patterns? Why do our carefully reasoned plans, our guilt-driven resolutions, and our this time for sure vows prove so often inadequate? In the terms of the superhero writers, the Hulk is stronger than we are. In terms of other comic strip writers, as the character Pogo would say, we have met the enemy and he is us. In terms used from the pulpit, when a sinner wrestles with himself, he cannot win. Bruce Banner's miserable plight mirrors the experience of sinful humanity. Sin is a progressive disease. Sin never comes just this far and stops. The desert Beotians have a cautionary saying: If you let a camel put his nose in the tent on a chilly night, by morning the camel will be in the tent and you will be out in the cold. Sin is insatiable. Bruce Banner's doomed efforts to master the Hulks remind us of our own futile strategies for quelling sin. First, Banner draws a line and determines the limits. The Hulk can emerge at night, but no other time. The monster can only come this far. We allow sin a toehold and no more. As soon as sin crosses the line, we will stamp it out. I'll flirt a little, but that's as far as it goes, we tell ourselves. I'll stop after 3 drinks. I know when I've had enough. It can't hurt to listen to the gossip as long as I don't pass it on. But soon the Hulk breaks the leash and the beast starts appearing in the daylight. The monster crosses the boundary and regaining control is harder than we expected. So Banner tries another tactic. He can't control the Hulk, so he works out a compromise. After all, Banner has to live in the real world, and the Hulk is a reality. The Hulk can share Banner's existence, but only when it's expedient, when unavoidable. The Hulk can have his way. We, too, make a treaty with sin and find handy excuses to justify our compromises. I don't like lying. But sometimes there's no other way to get by in this world. Why should I be the only one following the rules? I can't stay in business if I don't bend my scruples. When things get too tough, Banner frees the Hulk. The scientist forgets that he once got along quite well on his own. Strangely, the Hulk's presence becomes ever more essential. At some point, compromise becomes the norm, and we exercise our principles just enough to maintain appearances. In a topsy-turvy reversal, the Hulk runs rampant, and we restrain the brute only when absolutely necessary. Finally, a panicky Bruce Banner acknowledges his failure. The Hulk is gaining ground, so the helpless scientist looks for help from a new invention, a machine that will control the transformation. It's not so unlike the self-talk any one of us engaged in on occasion. At last, there's an answer I've been looking for. The pill will make everything all right. This self-help book will save me. The support group will be my life preserver. Not that anyone should be embarrassed to seek assistance. Far from it. Asking for help is usually the wisest and healthiest option. It's the expectation that's often unrealistic. The pursuit of a quick fix, the search of someone else to take responsibility for our own wholeness, the hope for a gimmick that will save us while we continue self-destructive behavior. Without a spiritual core, however, the props any of us leans on turn out to be broken crutches. We dare to hope things can be different. We make little progress in the beginning. For a while things get better, then the Hulk rears his head. The gamma ray machine fails us. The medications only mask the symptoms. The self-help regiment cracks and crumbles. The Hulk is free again and stronger than ever. The Hulk is like sin, which is like an addiction that always demands a little more than last time. Haven't we all seen addiction at work? Haven't we seen the decent people drink themselves to death? Intelligent people eat themselves into the grave, and gamblers lose everything: family, home, job, savings, dignity, because they need just one more win. The reality is humans can never make peace with the Hulk, because the Hulk will settle for nothing less than complete mastery. I tell you the truth, Jesus said, everyone who sins is a slave to sin. John chapter 8, verse 34. Thank you for tuning in. Next time, we got one more part to this. Haunted Heroes Reward. And that will mark the end of chapter 2. Again, thank you for tuning in, and be sure to tune in to the next part, the final part of chapter 2, The Hulk, the Monster Within. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, share, and of course, comment. And have a great and wonderful day.